What up, what up? Well, let's see. Questionable life choices. It's been cold here for, I don't know, a month. And today it's like the temperature of the sun. And I'm sitting in a little booth with a beanie on. Other than that, everything's great. How are you guys doing tonight? All right, Flo. Appreciate it. All right, so this week, I'm gonna do some more of those try not to cut myself, stock video clips. And these work really well because I do the little beakers with, I'm gonna do them sometime this week. Hopefully Thursday, probably Wednesday. And I'm going to come here and shoot those and get the sounds off of them. And I'm going to do a video for next Wednesday. Should be pretty interesting. And the other thing I got going on is, I don't know if you guys know it, but I am an Orthodox. I'm a Greek Orthodox, but I'm Irish. I'm an Irish Greek Orthodox. I guess that makes me kind of unorthodox, but I do a lot with church, and we're putting together a podcast with the priests. And I came across these. Turn my screen back on. I came across these. If any of you guys out there are looking for these aren't bad. And these are the Hollyland Lark A1s. These got a little dock with them, but I got them for $30 a set. $30, and you get two in there, and they hook to any phone. But anyways, what I'm doing is I'm setting it up so when these priests go out traveling and they go do things, they can take a minute back and they can do it through just their phone and an app called Detail. And this makes it almost idiot-proof for them because they just plug it into the phone, snap it on their collar, and boom. And then I'll produce a podcast for them from here. So they can be any place in the world, and these guys travel all over the world. And I will get up and we'll produce a podcast in the middle of the night with a $30 microphone and their cell phone. Technology, I'm telling you. It's the way to go. Anyways, like usual, not sponsored. I just like Hollyland. It comes with this nice little pouch. Then they come in this little, not like my other Hollylands. They don't have a little case. But they come with that pouch and this charging dock. And then you have this little piece here. And this just plugs into your phone. And these things are dialed. They're ready to go. But when you store it, go just like this. Boom. Drop it right down in there. This is so they travel with the least they have to have on them. Pretty easy. You got these little dead cats. Little dead cats. Kind of cute. Now there's 4 priests, 1 deacon. So what I did is, to get them set up with this, is I just bought 6 of these at $30 a piece, $29. And that's it right there. That's the microphone. Little magnet. Pretty strong magnet. It can go just like this. Boom. Oh. Boom. And it's on. And we got their phone and we can do a 15-minute podcast. That's the plan, so that's where we're going with this. Hey, Philip, what's up? Oh, the little dead cat. We've already tested this and it works really well. That magnet's pretty strong. And that little fluffy dead cat goes. It stays on pretty good too. I mean, it weighs nothing. But yeah, so we're setting up for that too. Then you plug the dock in and it'll charge. Once it's charged, I believe these run like 10, 11 hours off one charge. I just need to run for about 15 minutes. But that's where I'm kind of going. It's a project because I'm doing I'm going to start I'm doing a documentary called Eating and Drinking in Faith. Because in every aspect of religion, there's some part of eating. And I find that real interesting. Don't worry, I'm not turned into a church channel, just like I said again, hey, it's like the temperature of the sun here, so every once in a while I'm going to have to step out for a second so I can breathe because I'm in this little booth. Julian, good evening. Philip, again, hey, buddy. I believe that's Matt. Grand ASMR Studio. What's happening? And Flo, I've already talked to you. Hunter Master, what's happening? Yeah, 4 a.m. is crazy. What's happening, Lord Vader? I'm your father. And thank you. Do you have the same options on the color orange compared to the late time? Well, I find that no matter where I go, there I am. I remember you, Sky Guy. Let's turn that down a little bit. All right. Okay, I'm still up there pretty good. Oh yeah. Gotta have something in the background. Hey, Julian, thanks for the coffee, man. Appreciate it. Lord knows. Gotta have coffee. It's funny, I'll figure out, I don't know how I can buy me a coffee to, it gets a little rough because when I'm in here, I try to shut everything down except for the stream. So what happens is all the dings and stuff, you'll notice sometimes in my videos, I just don't care. Somebody will send me an email and I'll read it right on the video, but I try to calm that down a little bit more in here for these because I got enough going on. I don't run any audio chains, so there's no noise, like, because it's so hot. My wife is running the air conditioner. You got to be able to hear that hum in the back. I don't even block that out because I want this to be real and us just hanging out. So I'll figure out, but it's harder because if I go trying to just figure, I know what I can do. Boom. Boom. There we go. I just pin it. I'll just pin it to the top. That works. Appreciate it again, Julian. I have this big monitor right here, which is just an iPad Pro. That's what I'm monitoring the chat with. I have another monitor that's right, if you can see me, right here to the side of the camera. That's the stream going out before you see it. So I see what's happening. Then I have a delay that gets to you. Down here is my real-time display, which is showing me what's happening right now. So if I fade to my keyboard, I can still see how I'm setting up. I can still see how I'm set up down here. So if I gotta blow my nose or something, or cough, I kick into it. I cough. I come back. I make sure there's nothing in my beard, and then I click on and come back to it. I know that's too much information, but so three monitors. I plan on putting another one up there, but right now, when Cool on Friday goes live 24/7, I'll bring a solid state computer in here so I don't get any noise, and then I'll see the stream here because I got to break into it to do the show Cool, break into it on Sundays so we can do this, because once that backbone starts going, I'm going to have to break in and out of it because all the rest will be pre-recorded. And if you've been around long enough, I've been testing the pre-recording for about 3 years now. Testing it out, seeing how it works, if it'll do what I need. Yeah, I'll get this stuff all figured out. I'm going to click a button right now and see what this does. Ooh. It's funny because I get on here and I get enjoying the live stream so much. I don't check out all the stuff that's in there. I really need to. this is that bag for that new Hollyland A1 lavalier mic, and these things work really well. This is the bag for the Lark M2. These work really well too. I use these a lot for when I'm out in the world. They come in this little case, and there's two of these little. That's how big they are, the mics, and I can stick them on a backpack, a bag, or something, and I can record, and nobody knows I'm recording. That way people don't ask. Because usually when you're trying to record something and you come up and they go, hey, what are you recording? And you go, well, nothing now, but I was. But yeah, no, I'm not that mean. I usually explain really politely. And you'd be amazed at, I look like a BBB, a big burly biker. How many people will approach me? And kids, little kids, I mean, I look like Santa Claus. Yeah, I've got it set up so I can run a 24-hour stream, Julian, but this is going to be like a radio show. This whole thing will end up being like a radio show. So what'll happen is, as we get more stuff, 24 hours you'll be able to come on and hear cool on. It'll be like TV. So if you come on at before 12, between 9, let's say 9 and 10 p.m. on a Friday, and I'm not doing a cool, there'll be a cool, let's say a replay, a rerun, like on TV. Tell me if I'm pronouncing this right, but is it Stoey? 6160. Ooh, you should change that to 5150. That'd be crazy. But, yeah, I plan on doing a ton of stuff, but relaxing stuff. I'm doing stuff that pretty much I like. I like let me turn this down just a little. I like the hanging out, just the vibe. I do cool. It's more like a radio kind of show set up after an old jazz station I used to listen to back in the 80s. And that, there's no visuals. So I do a lot of ambient noise, but I do regular triggers too. So I'm figuring out ways to do them both the same way. So I give you, if you want ambient noise, you come listen to ambient, but you can also get regular old tapping triggers like I'm playing back here. These sounds right now that I'm playing, if you were on the live last week, I did what's called a new thing I'm doing. It's called a trigger lab. So when I got to make triggers, I'll go live in the middle of the week, or maybe sometimes do it here, and I'll make triggers so you guys can watch me, so you can watch me. But I used to manufacture a line of hot sauce back in the early 90s, 80s and 90s. We used to go to these festivals. And in Texas, it's called the Chili Fest. So there's this guy from Australia. His name is Haggis. And every year, him and I hook up, and we drink a little too much. But Haggis had these things called goo, G-U. They're these little tablets that make water, and they're pretty much for if you're working in the heat. They have electrolytes. It'll help hydrate you. But he told me if you eat one of these before you drink, you won't have a hangover the next day. And sure as shit, we ate one, no hangover. It was amazing. Oh, anyways, this is that little cap on one of those. When it opens up, shut it down, open it up. Julian, do I do ASMR full time? Seems like it. I am a professional photographer. I've been one since the 80s. But then I'm a commercial photographer. I took on video, so I work for a large corporation, and I shoot video, photos. But I started doing my own sound about, 5-6 years ago. I started doing 3 years ago, I got really into it. And that's where I kind of put the two together. And when I got into ASMR, so the whole plan is I'm going to retire soon. So my wife's been bugging me about retiring. And I get close to it, but what am I going to do? I started doing this, and now I really like this. And I still do. I'm still going to do, after I retire, I've got some commercial clients that I'll hang on to. But what I did is I said, when this channel, because my wife kind of pressured me, peer pressure, kept bugging me about when am I going to retire. So I had to come up with a date or a plan to when. So I told her, when this channel gets to 100,000 subscribers, I'll quit my day job. It has nothing to do with money. That's just the gas meter, the meter to, that's how so if it takes me a year, I'll retire in a year and I'll do it full time. If it takes me 5 years, I'll retire and do it full time. But that's my plan, is to do this full time. But I am a full-time creative. Does that help? Have I recorded stuff for the short film? Not yet. We're planning it. Remember when I went out before, he had a kid and had to go, so I know. Kid. I had my kids. I didn't go out. I did. But anyways, but I have done 2 more commercials since then. So I've got 2 commercials that are out right now, and they're on Amazon. That I was camera for it. I was first camera. Glacio, I remember you too. Hey. You guys like jar sounds? This is a plastic lid on a big old humongous plastic jar that I've used for lunch, for all kinds of stuff. I thought it made a really good noise. I don't know if you've noticed, but pretty much everything is indie. Warner Brothers and those guys, they just have money. Back in the day, you go to a film festival, you still do that today, but you go to a film festival and Paramount, Warner Brothers, or somebody sees a film that they like, they pretty much just give you money or a place to do it. Then you have producers. Like I've always say, this is produced by my wallet, in my back pocket, by me. And then but anyways, today anymore, it's all independent. I'm still answering, I think it's Stewie 6160, yeah. I pretty much do commercials, and I do everything on a GH5, an old Lumix. I have a red, but I don't ever use it really. Yeah, 100,000 subscribers is just a matter of time, but that's what I was saying, is it's just a way for me to keep her cool and put a goal on it, that this is, and it kind of gave me a point to where I'm going to tell these guys, hey, you know what, you're a man short. But they know something's going on because I've already started training people to do what I do in the industry, in this corporation. Other collaborators, I'm trying to figure that out now for cool. What I've ran into, the research I've done, is that I was going to go and try to take a couple minutes and check with the artist, but I'm still worried about getting flagged. So I'm trying to work out a way, besides a podcast, to work with other artists to bring them into cool. Does that make sense? Everything is just so touchy nowadays. Mortar and pestle, you know what? I'll make that sound. Tell me what kind of, because I barbecue. I love barbecuing. And I call it caveman style. I do mortar and pestle all the time. I can make those sounds. I never thought about that. I don't know why. Julie and I have been to college and university, not for photography, for marketing. You don't need university for photography. I mean, maybe today, but no, I went for marketing. was why I became what I was, is because of marketing. All right, Stewie. My best friend in the world, his name is Stu, and I call him Stewie. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, but like I was saying, is it's just a number. So I get her off my back, and that's all the 100K is. I don't want to be one of these guys that come out and go, hey, we're almost to 100K. No. If I say at 10,000 or something, I'm happy. If I had one, I'd be happy. Does that make sense? University for an MBA in digital. I think that's the way to go. I mean, I think I only became as successful as I am because I took that route. I went into marketing instead of, going to school for. I went for business and marketing, and that's what I think that's what did it all for me. So when I worked on campaigns, I understood, and that moved beer taste test. Oh man, you want me now? I told you I'm a content creator. After a couple beers, I'm an artist. But marketing I think, is what made me what I am. Because now in the company I work for, it's a large company that owns 7 other global companies. But not only do I do their content, but I sit in on their planning, their marketing. I converse with sales, safety. It's all, and I think it's because I understand what that is why it's worked so well for me. A business transformation. Hey, I think it's turn it down. I think it's all gonna go. And don't get me wrong, it all has gone. But everybody's freaking out about AI right now. AI is a tool. It'll never take over. I mean, because if I take a picture of Guinness beer for Guinness and I shoot content for that, that's their beer. If you use AI, that's not the beer. So it'll never take over, no matter what anybody says. There's a difference between the real thing and the fake thing. So digital is the path. That's the way to go. I would stay away from analog. I still do analog, and there's people that shoot film, but it's not practical, and you can't make money off it. Geez, just this year, I quit running a analog video chain. I used to go into a mechanical de-esser, a mechanical noise limiter. Now I do it software. I believe it. I believe it. The company I work for now, 8 years. I went from one global company to another global company. Now this company is about 8 years. I've been with them. I wanted to go to work for them, so what I did is I took a photo, and you guys, it not as disgusting as it sounds, but what I did is I went in and I put rolls of toilet paper around the bathroom, so it's like the whole wall was toilet paper, and this was toilet paper, and this was toilet paper, and then I sat on the commode, and I have this little toilet paper dispenser that's like on a stick, and it's empty, and I'm yelling at it. I took a picture of that, and I captioned it. It's okay. How did I caption it? It's okay to concentrate on problems, but don't overlook the opportunity that surrounds you. That got me the job. Yes, Julian, I am 23 miles east of Sacramento, California. The company I work for is in Buffalo, New York, and Virginia. Canadian. I love going to Vancouver. It's on the west coast. If you go to California, it's where it kind of goes like this. I'm right in. Let me see what I can do. I am right there where the blue dot is. Well, usually it is pretty good weather, but the last couple of days it's been the temperature of the sun. So when I first came out here, I said, it's the temperature of the sun outside, and I'm in this little booth wearing a beanie. It's crazy. Now, being a commercial photographer, I have to go to San Francisco a lot. Hang on. I have to go to San Francisco quite a bit. LA, San Jose, Monterey, Santa Cruz, San Diego, Georgia, Buffalo, New York. That's about every place I go. Yeah, I come to Canada quite a bit. I go to Vancouver, but on the island. I don't go to the other one. Does that make sense? No, I go to Vancouver, then I go down to, oh, what's the name of the island? Victoria. That's it. That's it. I go to Vancouver, then down to Victoria. Yeah, I speak English and bad English. That's about it. What's happening, buddy? You know, Julian, there are big name ASMR artists that you watch right now, and they do it through their phone. Believe it or not. I mean, iPhones are pretty rocking and rolling today. You know, if you've ever listened to, oh, Josette, she's a Scottish young lady that comes out of Scotland. I believe she does almost everything. Most stuff she does is on the phone, and it's pretty good stuff. You know, pretty much any phone is going to be, if it's in the last couple of years, is gonna work. I haven't went to the iPhone. I'm on the iPhone 16 Pro now, but I used to use an iPhone 12 mini, and I've shot commercial work with that and have had it commercially. I'm a big proponent of using a phone because when I do my walk with me videos, I use a phone. When I'm out shooting stuff, it's just one less camera I have to carry because I already have my phone on me. I just have a good gimbal, some good microphones. I mean, even these would work. These would work real well. And I take those little and put them one on each wrist, and it gets my footsteps when I'm grabbing stuff. It gets the textures, the sounds. Works great. I mean, I've been told it works great, but all right, buddy, to a young man, what do you think is the best advice you could give? I can't really talk like that on here, but think before you make any decisions. Don't get too lonely. Don't get too angry, and don't get too hungry. That's what I would say. Are you starting with a phone? Yeah, I can recommend quite a few. The Blue Yeti works good, but if you want to do it with your phone, I use a Lark Max 2 Hollyland Lark Max 2. They're about $200. But those have got some lavalier mics. These here don't have quite everything the Lark Max 2 does, but they got 3 tiers of noise canceling. Plugs into your phones, plug and play. Like I said, I paid $29 for these. I bought 6 of them for a on-the-go podcast I'm doing. For a mic at home or in housing, a Blue Yeti. If it were me, I would do a Zoom recorder with the mics already built in. The new, for years, I've always relied on the Zoom H5. I purchased the H5 Studio a month before it came out to the public, rocking and rolling. You get the recording and everything all in one. Listen to it back. Plugs into your phone or your iPad. You can do your editing on there. I podcast with an app called Deedle. Deedle.io. That's got a free version that's got pretty much everything on it. You can edit with it. Matter of fact, I live stream with Deedle too, so it allows me to two different cameras, and it just makes it more convenient. Yeah, I mean, if you have a gaming computer, that's all you need. Get a mic. It depends on what kind of mic you want. These triggers I'm playing right now, these are done on this microphone right here, and that is a Audio-Technica AT8022, but this is about $400, and that's pretty solid. I also use Lewitt. You can get a match pair of Lewitt small diaphragm condenser microphones, about $149, and they're a match pair. Couple of cables, $180. You're hooked up. That gaming computer, does it have an audio interface? Because you're going to need to interface it if you use an XLR mic. Julian, if you go into one of my videos, you'll see I've got links to Amazon. It's got pretty much everything except for the newest stuff, but you can see everything I use. And it's got some of the stuff I'm telling you about in there. And that AT is a stereo mic. So you'll have left and right, so you can, you know what? The other one that I am surprised is so good and I use so much, the Zoom H2 Essential, the H2E, that would probably be perfect. You can plug that into your phone and your computer, anything you want. It's got surround sound. You can almost do a spatial audio thing, or you can go left or right, front and back. I think that would be, especially if you want to stay small and compact. I use one of those for a lot of my film stuff. All right. All right, Adrian. You take it easy, man. Have a good one. Julian. You take it easy. Have a good one. Good night. And we'll see you next Sunday. Tune in tomorrow, too. I'll have a behind the sounds going. Let me know. Yeah, music is a little out of my, I can't say I'm the best at it. I just did what I needed to do to make what I needed. Does that make sense? I'll be back in a couple seconds. Give me a couple minutes. Seconds, 10, 15, couple. All right, we're back. All right. My audio background is just YouTube University and making stuff work for making films, podcasts, and this ASMR stuff. That's about it for me. I listen to a lot of music, but yeah, that's it. You want to know about what music I listen to? Blues, jazz. Used to listen to the Spin Doctors until I went and seen them live, and then they sucked. Gin Blossoms. But yeah, pretty much easy listening jazz, blues. Yeah, that's about it. Anything my grandkids listen to, I gotta listen to, so, because they're always in the car with me. Oh yeah, Stewie, cool. It's cool. What DAW do I use? Beck said that. Reaper. I use Reaper on Windows. And then for my iPads, I use Ferret. Yeah, if I could, I would do everything 100% iPad. Working with the companies I do, they need stuff right now. And I find that using Ferret on an iPad and LumaFusion for video, I can produce stuff on site, and that excites them. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, there are bubble wrap. They're bubble wrap. They're about this big. You know, I got one on here, a crinkle. I get my grandkids these little cone-shaped fidget doohickeys that are 3D printed. And they come in this plastic that's just awesome. I mean, it's just awesome. Nice and crisp. That was the bubble wrap symphony. These are nice and crisp. And these are those bags. Sometime today. There they are. We're going to get one pass by with this one. Oh, yeah. I'm going to run and get me something to drink. You guys enjoy these crinkles for a minute. All right, all right, all right. We're back. Continue to enjoy. What do you mean, tokes? Are you saying I partake? I would have to say I cannot confirm or deny. I cannot confirm or deny. Or are you stereotyping me? That's alright. I do fit the stereotype, though. Could be. Sound work, I would say, to be really honest, the last 4 years, I've always been somewhat into sound, but to actually, hang on, to actually say I got paid for it, I've always got money for being a photographer, but I had to start shooting video so I could enjoy those luxuries in life like electricity and food and water and stuff. I had to learn video to stay alive because everybody's doing video. But I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be different. So I started making my own sounds, my own Foley for my videos. And to be really honest, probably about 4 years ago, I really got into it. So none of the equipment I use is really super professional. It's just how I made it work to get. So even though I say it's not super professional, all the equipment has made me money, if that makes sense. I appreciate that. And I'm pretty fanatical about stuff. So when like this microphone is a broadcast microphone. I went with the SM7B, but because I mumble quite a bit, it muddies up my voice. The Heil PR40 brightens it up. Makes it so I sound less mumbly. But you wouldn't believe how some of the YouTubers are using just everyday stuff. I went to a couple. Okay, I went to NAB. And they're using stuff just like I am. And I thought I was using, like 8-track assault corner. I do have to admit, the Mackie right here, that's a game changer. I went to using just a recorder interface for a while because I only used one or two mics, so it was no big deal. But when I used that for 3 years. When I came back, I had a Behringer before. I came back and I bought this Mackie. This thing's a game changer. This thing's awesome. And a lot of what I did is I listened to other YouTubers and just didn't do what they did. I wanted my sound to be a little bit different. I don't know if you can hear the hum in the back because I'm not running any audio chain. You can hear that hum. When I make a video, that hum's gone. If there's any noise in the back, I'm putting it in there because that's how you make it super cool. I've got in here, I've got 5 in here, but I have 2 Lewitt LTC 40 pures. I've got 2 149 Lewitts matched pair. I can't remember what they call those. It's got the pad on it and stuff. They're like not a shotgun mic. They're a small diaphragm condenser mic. And then I have a LTC 042 small diaphragm condenser microphones. Then I've got my Shure 55. That's the one I restored. Then I've got 2 old Shure. I got 3 old Shure Beta 57As, and I got those out of an estate sale in a trunk, and I took those and just changed the screens on them. And those things you can drive a nail with one of those, and they still rock and roll. I used to have MKH 417, sold that, bought four Cinco D2s, because that's an awesome shotgun mic. Yeah, pretty much. But the Cinco D2s are pretty awesome. Then I've got 2 Rode, I can't remember how Rode numbers theirs anymore. 2 Rode 2 shotgun mics. I've got a Rode 1 shotgun mic. I've got a 3 shotgun mic. I've got half of them. I can't remember what the name of them are, but I'm always using something for something. Then I've got binaural mics, and I don't do the one with the ears. I have 2 sets that are you put in like earbuds, because I like those better. I don't know why. And I've got 2 sets of clippies coming. I really want to try those out on a project I'm working on for work. right, all right. You twisted my liver. I got to get it tuned in a little bit. All right, all right, all right. Okay, I'm back. What do you think about this mic? This is my Shure 55. Now, when I got this, hang on. You know what I need to do? I need to turn that pad. I can hear that air conditioner though. All right, I took the pad off. No pad. With pad. I don't like hearing that hum. But this is the one that I found that I cleaned up. Replaced the capsules with an older one. And the foam in there is actually out of a separate microphone that has nothing to do with this. And I put it back together. And I absolutely love this microphone. But it gives you I use this mostly for podcasts because it's more of a live. Let's see. The higher up I go, the tinnier I get. The lower I go on the mic, the lower the sound. No, I haven't. My phone's buzzing me. No, I haven't recorded any triggers with this mic. I just talk with this one. I was clicking there. But anyways, no, I haven't did any. This is the mic that, let's kick that off. Yeah, this is the mic. This is the Elvis mic. Oh, yeah. I'd use this one for cool. This is what I really should do. Get rid of that buzz. I get rid of the buzz by putting a 100 hertz low cut filter on it. A built-in a mechanical one on the mixer. It's still there, but yeah, I know it was popping. I think it's because I got a couple Fed heads running in here because the Mackie only does about 60 dB gain, and this one and that monster, they suck it out. So I put a couple Fed heads on there, which gives me about 18. I need to have 70 to run these pretty good. By using the Fed head, I get about 18 more. So about 74, 75 dB. Pumps them up. Turn that gain down a little bit. Go back to some more jar lid sounds. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Let's crank up a little more of that low. All right. Back off a little bit on the mid. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testicle 1, 2, 3. Testicle. All right, all right, all right. Boom. KEWL, the cool spot on your dial. Don't touch that dial, it's got cool on it. Am I popping? Am I popping now? Perfect. Perfect. Ooh. But I'm getting plosives. Turn it sideways so I don't spit on the microphone. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. All right, all right, all right. This broadcast is brought to you by caffeine and poor life choices. All right, all right, all right. I love this mic. This is a great mic. I think it's unique even still. I tell you what, you guys, it is hot in here. Temperature just went crazy. It was like 95 today. These are the makeup wedges. All right, we're back. What do I do for photography? I am a commercial photographer. You'll hear me talk a lot about shooting stock because I've been shooting stock for quite a while, and there is money to be made in it, so I do stock video, sound, and photos. Hate doing weddings. I do weddings, but one of my clients, it'd be for them, because I do pretty much everything commercial. So I do corporations, safety, training, stuff like that. Yeah, I like it. It's super creative. I do some commercials. I also do a internal podcast, and I also produce 3 podcasts that are out in the world today. All right. Okay. Hey, it's been fun. Coming on the 2-hour mark. It's time for me to cut loose. It's time for you guys to go to sleep. Don't forget, if you like this, you want to help out, I gotta buy me a coffee. Hey, buy me a coffee. Comment tag and go and buy me a coffee. That will fund my coffee addiction, but you know how it is. You don't have to. You're always welcome here. But I think this is it for me for tonight. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. And have a good evening. We'll see you next time.